am here with Amy Taylor from Toyota. She's going to be my camera person today, and I'm on my second run now, actually getting to drive the plug-in Prius. And we're going to make the same run, and we're going to see how I do on this run. Obviously, I have a desire to do better than 62.2 miles per gallon, particularly since John Odell from Autoblog Green got 99.9. So obviously probably can't do much better than that, but certainly I think we can do better than 62. So we shall see. Very, very nice car. This is, of course, the 2010 model of the Prius. What they've done is they've replaced the nickel metal hydride battery pack in the back. They've given it, in essence, 3 battery packs, which I'm just spitballing at the moment. It's probably somewhere around 4.5 to 5 kilowatt hours of energy based on the range. Essentially what happens, I've been told, is that there's a sub-battery pack 1 and a sub-battery pack 2. Each of those provides roughly about 7 miles of driving distance. The first one pack depletes, and then it switches over to the second battery that takes over until that one depletes to the point where the car then goes back to being a normal hybrid. So if you're driving, if your typical drive is basically under 15 miles a day, conceivably you could be driving electric pretty much most of the time. You just basically charge this at a standard 110 volt charge. If you've got a garage or a carport or something where you can get to 110 typical household current of 110 volts, you can recharge the car, and it takes roughly about 3 hours to do that. On my first run around, we had the car at one point, I think, up to around 74 miles per hour. I'm told that the car, basically the cutoff between EV mode and hybrid mode, is right at about 62 miles per hour. So as long as we keep it in that range as we're driving along, we can pretty well operate in EV mode most of the time. And obviously the advantage of that is that you're using American generated electricity, locally generated electricity, and hopefully increasingly that electricity will be made from renewable sources rather than from coal, which is where a fair amount of it's produced. And I'm going to have to watch where I'm driving here, get over so we can take the 5 highway north. Probably going to start to be a little crowded this time of day since we're getting into rush hour. But as my first drive around as the co-pilot with John Stewart demonstrated, to move between EV mode and hybrid mode is just seamless. You notice nothing other than the only way you can tell you've moved is you look down at the dash and you see that the little emblem for an EV disappears, and essentially you've got just a car there, emblem that shows you you're basically in hybrid mode at that time. We're doing 56 miles per hour at the moment. We're in EV mode. Gonna get over. Of course, we had an absolutely beautiful day today. It rained a little bit earlier, but it's cleared off very nicely, and this is really a nice opportunity to drive this car. So we'll give Amy a break here so she doesn't have to wear her arm out, and then we'll pick it up a little later in the trip. Okay, well, we just got off the 5, which is the road that runs between the freeway or interstate that runs between San Diego and Los Angeles, and we are now on Carmel Valley Road. Not the Carmel up in San Francisco, but the Carmel down here in the San Diego area. The car, of course, this being this time of day, obviously you could not drive it in EV mode on the freeway because you had to do 70 miles an hour just to keep from getting run over. So obviously at that point you're losing some of the benefit of the hybrid drive, of the plug-in side, the electric EV side of the car. But as soon as you get off the road, like we are right now on Carmel Valley, the car is back in EV mode. So when we get done, what we'll do is we'll check and see how we did overall on the trip. I'm hoping at least I can do better than 62 miles an hour, or 62 miles per gallon. There's a lovely California coastline. Nice little surf running. Shall we get out and frolic in the surf?
Oh, it's the second one. It's nice and cool today.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think if you were out there trying to surf, you'd have to have a wetsuit on.
A little too chilly.
Yeah. But we're traveling along here at 46 miles an hour. We're in EV mode, enjoying the coastline. We're going to come up to a hill we're going to have to climb over, so that'll probably put us pretty much back in hybrid mode to climb the hill, I'm guessing. And yep. So we're back now in hybrid mode, climbing the hill, doing about 56 miles an hour. And our battery pack shows that we've got still about 7.2 miles of distance. We've driven 8.2 miles. So we've coasting a little bit. We've picked up some regen and charged the battery a little bit better, a little higher. And I'm guessing as soon as we get up top of the hill here, we can let off the accelerator a little bit and she'll shift back into EV mode. Notice the engine is having to strain a little bit climbing the hill. Probably hear the engine noise. This is a grade. I think I'll get over and then I don't have to. I can let off just a little bit. Well, I keep the guy from throwing rocks at me. Okay, now we're at 52. We reached the top of the hill and we have gone back to EV mode. So once we got up here near the top and we could let off, we've gone right back into electric driving mode. That's pretty cool. So when you need the power is there to get you up the hill. And the rest of the time, when you're traveling fairly slow or you don't have to have a lot of load on the engine, she'll will operate in electric mode. And that's what the car is all about. It's about trying to, here's our turn here, trying to get maximum efficiency. And obviously the less petroleum that we burn in the vehicle, the better it is, I think, for all of us. So, and I won't preach that sermon today, thank you. Okay, Amy, well, we're at the end of our drive here, and I thought I'd share with the people how we did. We did a 10-mile drive. Some of it was on city streets, some of it was on highway, sort of country road type, well, a sort of country road, not really in that sense, but not highway either. And so it was about 10 miles. 56% of that time we were in EV mode, 44% we were in hybrid mode. We did a total EV distance, so it was about 7.5 miles of that 10 miles. Top speed was somewhere around 69, 70 miles per hour, and our average, ta-da, fuel economy was 85.1. Not bad. So that's it. We've had our test drive in the 2010 Toyota PHV plug-in hybrid, and Amy, thank you for being my cinematographer here. So appreciate it.
You're welcome.